So let's review where we stand. We were able to remove all of the 830 queries to the relation with one inner select. But what we can do with the rest of the times that the process is taking? We can see here that this one is taking, the on-enter row is taking almost 2 seconds. And most of our time in it is going to handle the order details table. We're actually spending 1 second in the order details table, making 829 calls to accumulate the total quantity. So let's first of all look what getTotalQuantity does, and then see how we can easily replace it. So we'll switch over to our code, and we'll go over to getTotalQuantity, and we can see here the getTotalQuantity simply updates the total quantity local column in the parent controller with the quantity for every row. So how can we use that in an inner select? How can we replace that with an inner select? So let's go back to our select statement, and let's duplicate the ones that we've done here to find if the row exists. And instead of max, let's say sum. And instead of 1, let's say quantity. Let's run this and see how quickly I'm getting these results, because this is all happening server side in a highly tuned environment, and I'm getting the total quantities that I wanted without a lot of complexity. So let's go ahead and take this from here and do the same that we've done before. So in our controller, we have the total quantity the total quantity local column. Let's see where it's used. So we can see that it's used on the report. We can see that it's used in the columns add. We can see that we're setting its value to 0. And we can see that in the inner getTotalQuantity, we are updating its value with +1. So let's go ahead and remove all of that. Okay. And let's just simply delete it. I don't want to any longer use the getTotalQuantity, so I'm going to delete that one as well. So now I have just a simple total quantity local column. Great. And as before, I'm going to say orders.columns.add total quantity. Let's run it, see what happens. By adding it to the columns collection of the order, it will be part of the SQL statement. So now I'll get an error saying, hey, I don't know that column called total quantity. Okay, invalid column name total. So let's go ahead and adjust the name to include our inner select. I'm going to say total quantity dot name equals, and the select statement we created before is null of select some quantity from order details where order ID is equal to order ID. Perfect. Let's run this now. And we can see that the report printed instantly with the exact same numbers. Let's run it with a profiler. So we can see now that the report is taking half a second. Okay, and it's only making one SQL statement, okay, to go and get our order ID, customer ID, order date, whether or no a detail exists, the sum of quantity, and whether or no a detail exists. And it's all taking just half a second. And let's just review where we started. I think I have it over here. When we started, we are making 4 plus 830 plus 829. So we were making around 1,660 queries to the database, which with our very simple change, we were able to reduce to 1. Just one select statement that runs and does everything for us. And we'll review the last change that we've done. We also made the code incredibly shorter. Okay, we were able to delete all of this code, everything that has to do with the getTotalQuantity, and just employing a very simple select statement, simple string over here, that just gets the job done for us. So inner selects are extremely powerful, and you can use them to significantly improve your code, get your code to run a lot faster, and achieve superior performances.